Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today is another episode of My RC Cars and today we're at episode 10. So today I'm gonna make a twist and do something different. Nah, just kidding. I'm going to have a look on, yes, it's another Top-Force. So why this one? What's so special about this one? Obviously, it's not the box art, but it is one another thing I think you will find interesting. Okay, so this was a Top-Force I built for yet another one that was going to be a runner. I was going to use it on our racetrack not far away from where I live. So I started out with what do you call it? A tub chassis, and I did a modification of making an upper deck on the tub. That I did. A little bit later I got hold on some suspension arms that was dyed pink, and since I had the red gearbox I dyed those red as well. We got the egress wheels also dyed, but later on I got to buy a childhood friend's Top-Force, which was converted from a Manta Ray and into a Top-Force. Another cool thing about this car is that it's actually me who painted this body back in the days. Luckily my painting skill has become somewhat better than this. And that car had a special upper and lower deck. We'll have a look on it afterwards. So I think we'll just have a look on the car and see, and I can tell you a little bit more as we go along. Okay, so let's start with the obvious. The paint scheme. It's not me who came up with the paint scheme. I think it was the guy called Chemtech on Tamiya Club, but he didn't do it in red, he did it in pink, and it looks stunning. I also have one in pink, but we'll look on that later. And yeah, and in addition to the paint scheme, I didn't, what do you call it, I didn't blacken out or tint the window. So instead I put a driver inside there, and it looks pretty awesome, I think. Yeah, we have, as I mentioned before, we have the egress, or actually no, not egress, it's of course Vanquish wheels, which has been not painted but dyed red to to last better, because I'm not a big fan of painting plastic parts which are gonna be exposed to wear, I think it's called. On the front we have a Top-Force Evo damper mount. This damper mount I made myself. I copied the one for the Top-Force Evo. We have just regular black dampers. I also made a sway bar for this one. I did have to try 3 times before I got one that kind of worked. So, and how good it works I'm not sure, but it's there. We got the allot uprights, I think it's called, with some lightened kingpins, and I'm using hinge pins, not the screws for that. What's other thing we can see on the outside? Here you can see that's also, it's a homemade Top-Force replica temper mount. Why I have this one, I will show you when we take off the body. Yeah, and I got this special ball joints, yeah. Yeah, and actually you can see I'm not using the Top-Force wing mount, I'm just using the standard plastic one. That you can see inside. So the goal with this car was also, well, the goal developed as I went along. It was to get as much possible red parts I could get, and that's why when I got hold of these suspension arms in pink, I knew that they could be dyed, so I did dye them red to match the gear cases. And in addition, I also got hold of a red servo, we got a red receiver and a red Tekken speed control. So yeah, and when it comes to the chassis deck, you can see here it's pretty special. It's another steering parts here, and this is how it looks from the underneath. Yeah, so it's quite special. It's from Racecraft, so I think it's cool that somebody did aftermarket like that, but not copying just the same as the Top-Force, but doing their own twist. You can see here the what do you call that? The upper lower deck arms, or I'm not sure what you should call it. So it's meant to be is it saddle pack it's called when it's on both sides? But of course, having these ones, you can also use 7.2 on the cross. The driver is it from a thundershot maybe? Could it be thundershot I took it from? So here is why I made the extra one back there. I have that brace because when I did the temper tower, I didn't think about that I was going to do this temper tower brace, maybe I could call it that. If I have thought of that a little bit before, I would of course just kept some more of the temper tower here. So yeah, and this is not me who done that, but someone has cut into the gearbox. So it's an old gearbox, it's been used, so I guess I should actually try to swap it with a new one. Yeah, I'm not sure if there is very much more to say about this car. Yeah, what I can also mention for the sway bar, as you can see, this bumper have what do you call it, some mounts here. And the Top-Force don't have that. I think this is from TA02 or something like that. So if anyone of you guys knows, please let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, you got CVDs or the universal shafts in the front, regulars on the rear, and please help me out here a little bit. Since it's this bump here, does that mean that they are like the original old ones from the vintage cars? the first vintage cars, I mean. If so, yeah, please let me know. It would be interesting to know. Okay, so what are my plans further for this car? I kind of think I'm finished, or maybe I should just get a red motor of some kind and mount this up so it could be good to go. What I'm thinking of right now is that all the gears are, as you can see, the gears are still white, but the gears are possible to dye. So what I could do, I could dye them in a combination of red and black, or I could just dye them all red. Yeah, that's something to think about. Otherwise, I don't really see anything more to do with this car other than just to look on it and admire it. Okay, so there you have a look on my red Top-Force. I guess we could call it that. So this is kind of a chassis, my version of the red Tamiya chassis, and it goes within my collection of the green one and the yellow one and the orange one I have, and soon to be the pink one as well. The car, as I mentioned, was meant to be run, but I couldn't get myself to do it the way I got it. All the special parts, I don't want to ruin them, and I have my runner Top-Force, so that's okay for me, having it on the shelf. If you did like to have a look on my red Top-Force and you want to see more, please consider subscribing to my channel, and while you do that, hit the notification bell. It really inspires me to make more of these videos, and yeah, I hope you like it. As I said sometimes, or many times before, I still have some interesting cars I think you would like to see, so yeah. But I think we'll just end it here, and thank you for watching, and stay safe, take care, and have fun. See ya.